What's up everybody, this is Jake with Rough Golf, and today I've got another tips video. I'm going to cover 3 tips that you need to avoid trouble off the tee. I've been struggling lately with my driver. Just seems to find every out of bounds, every penalty area, every large tree, every body of water, every moving car. I'm sorry about that last one. It was a total accident. It wasn't my fault. But I want to offer tips for you guys so that you can have better luck off the tee. So we're going to get right into it with tip number 1, which is to tee off from the side of the trouble. When you step up to a tee box, make sure that you are teeing up on the side of the trouble and aiming away from it. If there's an out of bounds or a water hazard or a penalty area, don't tee up on the opposite side and aim for the center of the fairway. Tee up on the side of the trouble. That way you're going to help reduce the possibility of going into that penalty area. By teeing up on the side of the trouble, you're giving yourself better odds to avoid the trouble. Yeah, that's right. So on this hole here, you can see that I've got trouble down the left-hand side. That's actually an out of bounds. I want to avoid that, okay? So I'm actually going to tee up over here on the left-hand side of the tee box and aim towards the center of the fairway. Now I know my driver has been slicing a little bit lately, so if I end up over on the right side, I've given myself plenty of room to work with. Instead of teeing up in the center of the tee box, aiming straight down the fairway and possibly landing in the out of bounds area. So the takeaway from that, other than I need to work on my club face at impact, is that if you tee up on the side of the trouble, you're helping to reduce the possibility of going into the trouble and actually hitting into the trouble, which is a good thing because we don't want to be in the trouble. You're adding strokes that are unnecessary. Guys, give yourself the best chance possible off of the tee box. Tee up on the side of the trouble and smack it out there in the fairway. All right, so tip number 2 deals with getting in line. And what I mean by that is we got to make sure that you are aiming correctly. A lot of beginner golfers struggle with this. I still have trouble with this, and I have to stop and remind myself and reset on some of my shots to make sure that I am aiming properly. Now, there are many ways that you can do this. The easiest way to aim in golf is to stand behind the golf ball, pick an object in the distance, like a tree. That makes a really good object to pick, and then draw a straight line from that tree to your ball. Once you've done that, you need to pick an object in front of your ball on that same line, normally about 2 or 3 inches in front of the ball. That way you can square the club face and aim on that line. What that's going to do is help you get in line to make sure that your shots are starting off correctly and that you're not aimed in the wrong direction, which is a significant reason why many amateur golfers end up in the penalty areas or out of bounds or in the water. Let me give you a little pointer that my grandfather gave me when we first started. Take a tee and place the tee with the pointy section, or the section that goes in the ground, on that line facing your target. You don't want to do this in any type of competition play because it is not legal, but while you're out practicing, to help you get that visual, use the tee in front of your ball placed on that line, and I guarantee you that will help you start that ball off on the correct line, thus eliminating another trouble point that many amateur and beginner golfers have off of the tee. Guys, if you're enjoying this video, make sure that you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already for more content like this. So the third tip that I have for you today is to visualize your ball flight and forget the trouble area. So on this hole, I've got an out of bounds to my left. I hate this hole simply because I seem to find the out of bounds all the time. But by doing the 3 tips that I shared with you in this video, I'm going to reduce my overall possibility of going into the out of bounds on this hole. I'm going to tee up on the side of the out of bounds. I'm going to aim away from it. I'm going to set my line. And thirdly, I'm going to visualize the ball landing in the area that I'm aiming and not focus on the out of bounds. Okay, so I went a little bit left there, but still, I'm not in the out of bounds. Guys, use those 3 tips and I guarantee you, you're going to see less trouble off of the tee. You're going to be hitting more fairways, you're going to be staying out of the penalty areas, and you won't have to be marking down strokes that are unnecessary because you wound up in the out of bounds. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, keep on swinging.